I'm about to drop the whole structure A to Z, how you can go from 0 to 5K per month as a media buyer in the next 87 days with this proven formula. And the reason why it's proven is because my students pay me multiple thousands of dollars to have this exact structure that I'm going to be for free essentially today. And you can just replicate it, and hopefully you can scale also to like 5K per month in the next 90 days. And if you don't, then you can always book a call. I can help you out myself. But either way, this system is the one that I've been running for almost 2 years at this point, and it constantly brings me results. Not just for me, but also for, as you can see, my clients right here, because I have some screenshot. You can take a look. And so I'm going to go through the whole operation. Okay, it's going to be quite a bit of a long video, but if you implement every single thing that I'm going to show you today, there is absolutely zero chance that you're not going to close at least one client in the next 3-4 weeks coming from now. Okay, and so as the title says, grow from 0 to 5K per month in the next 87 days working as a media buyer. Okay, and if you want my personal help, as I say, you can book a call here, right? So this is the system I use, as I say, from running a fail MMA, which I was doing about 3 years ago, doing less than 1K per month, to making 5 figures in revenue every single month without running my own business, taking sales call, or doing any outreach. And now I'm living a full-time in Thailand, even though right now I'm back in Italy. And I have my friends, and I'm not gonna go too in depth, but essentially this is some of the case studies that you can see. We got Oscar, we got Jonathan, that went from 0 to 5K per month. I believe it was like in 45 days. And then I have some more recent numbers coming from Daniel, who's making 10K per month. Actually, he's making 12K per month. I just texted the right time. Jonathan is making 50K, which is the same guy that you can see right here. Another Jonathan is making 13K, and then we have Martin, which is making 7K per month, and then I have more like Andrea and stuff like that. But this system works. This is the proof essentially, okay? And now I'm gonna give you completely for free. So please stop whatever you're doing and pay attention, right? So media buying, right? What is media buying? Well, this system, like I said, is the one that really helped me scale to, and is helping also my students scale past 5K per month in 2025, okay? And unlike any other business model, if you don't know what media buying is essentially, you don't need capital to invest like dropshipping, Amazon FBA. You don't need to take sales call like SMA. You don't need to do outreach. You have very little to no competition because almost no one is doing this. You don't have to run your own business, and you can start within literally 2 weeks from now if you're like a complete beginner. If you already have pre-existing knowledge about Facebook ads, you can start today. If not, probably it's going to take you a couple of weeks to learn the skill, and then you can get started. And so as a media buyer, you will get in touch with established marketing agencies and work with them by taking care of their clients' ads. That's it. That's really all you do working as a media buyer. And you can pay anywhere from like 5 to 10K per month to do that. And why do they pay you this much? Well, it's because they desperately need you, right? So I want you to think this for a second. The only way an agency can scale, or they can even improve their clients' result, is by hiring media buyer, is by hiring someone that essentially can run the ads for the clients, because they don't have the time nor the skill to do that. And so if they want more clients, obviously they have to outsource the service delivery, meaning that they need to find a media buyer that they can delegate all the work so they can focus more on client acquisition, outreach, sales, and all that kind of stuff. And at the same time, they are probably not very good at service delivery. They maybe are very good at outreach, they may be good at sales call, but they're not good at marketing, service delivery, running the ads. And so they need to hire someone who is better than them in order to fulfill their clients and also keep the clients. Because if the media buyer is good, it does a good job, then the client stays over and over and over and over again. That's the only way you can keep a client, is by delivering amazing results. And the only way you deliver amazing results is by running amazing ads, which the media buyer is the one responsible for. And that's why the media buying is such a key, important role inside an agency, because really is the core element. If the media buyer is great, the agency is great. If the media buyer is shit, the agency is shit. It's that simple, right? And that's why they really pay you handsomely, right? That's really it. So here's actually how you can do it, okay? So step number 1, you want to learn Facebook ads. Why Facebook ads specifically, not TikTok ads or Google ads, is because Facebook ads is the most simple skills to sell, okay? I've been in this market for 4 years at this point. I spent millions of dollars in ads. I know for a fact that Facebook ads, Meta ads, whatever you want to call it, is the simplest service to sell. Everyone wants it, and if you're good at it, you're going to make a shit ton of money, okay? Google and TikTok, they are great too, but I will use it as an upsell, not as a front-end sell, meaning that you enter with Facebook ads, and then in the back end, you can sell in Google ads, TikTok ads, Pinterest ads, whatever you want. But Facebook ads is the easiest ones to sell. Then you want to get in touch with established marketing agency. So what is an established marketing agency? Is an agency that has at least 5 to 10 clients, high paying clients, meaning that each client is paid in the agency between 1.5 and 3K per month at least, because then the agency can afford your service. Okay, and you can work with those agencies, so you don't have to find clients yourself. They're gonna find the clients for you. Actually, they already have clients to send your way as soon as you partner with them. And then obviously you have the closing and delivery. So this is the 3-step formula that we're gonna analyze today, right? So Facebook ads, how to learn Facebook ads? Well, you can go on YouTube for free, very simple. Pros of doing that: great at the beginning if you don't have any cash to invest. And here are some people that I really like to take a look at. Chase Chappell, Dara Denny, Nick Taylor. Those people really know their stuff. Obviously, there is also myself, but I want to be humble, and I'm not going to mention myself here. And I also think those people that really understand how to run ads are very good at that. So, number of mention right here. Cons: you don't have a tailored game plan for design for you, essentially. Well, it's true that YouTube is free, but the problem with YouTube is that you just consuming random content. There is no structure to that. There is no plan for you. It's just for everyone. YouTube is meant for everyone, right? It's not meant for you. And so it's going to be probably difficult for you to really understand the structure and try to understand which specific element you are missing, let's say, in your overall journey to go to fix. And second to that, information, like I say, all over the place. Information is stored in different locations, make it harder to consolidate everything. You have different YouTube channels. Maybe one was uploaded 3 months ago, the other one was uploaded a week ago. Like, everything is very chaotic. There is no support, it's all by yourself, obviously. And it will most likely take you 3 to 6 months before you learn the skill properly. And the reason why is because, again, everything is so out of place, you have no support, you have no game plan, right? And that's why it's gonna take you, in my opinion, at least 3 to 6 months to fully understand the skill. But it's free, right? So if you have time to invest and no money to invest, then you can start going down this route. However, if you actually have money to invest, what you can do is join my community, or like join my program, also say, where you have full support with me, designed essentially to help you out achieving mastery when it comes to Facebook ads, and help 40 plus students. Access to the course where I show you everything. Everything is in one place: how to run ads, how to find clients. One-on-one support with me, community. Okay, I'm not gonna go through in this, but essentially you have 2 routes: do it for free or join the community and let me help you, essentially, right? And you can book a call here or just text me on my Instagram if you want to. But get in touch with marketing agencies. This is option number 2. Actually, I should say step number 2. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do after we've learned the skill. Which, again, if you do by yourself, it's probably gonna take you about 3 months. If you join some paid program, whether it's mine or someone else, it's probably gonna take you less than a month. Ideally 2-3 weeks. Step number 2: getting in touch with marketing agency. Okay, you have different channels that we're gonna go through. And I'm gonna start with LinkedIn because it's free and it's a massive pool of leads that you can really pick from. Okay, so LinkedIn, first of all, you want to optimize your profile. You want to have a clean picture, clean offer USP in your headline, a simple background explaining exactly what do you offer, okay, and a short bio explaining more in depth what you do. Simple as that, okay? That's how you want to do it. Then number 2, you want to send 20 connection requests every day to agency owner by using the LinkedIn offer, LinkedIn filter option. And you want to send 15 seconds voice note to everyone who accepts your connection request, explaining what you can do for them. And the reason why you want to send voice note over just plain text is because nowadays the market is very sophisticated. They know that there are so many automation out there, they can just on blast essentially send text. And so if you send a voice note, you still sound way more unique and also way more intriguing, because obviously with a text, I can just see it. With a voice note, I have to click on that and listen to that. And so the chance of me essentially have a reply just increased drastically, because the open rate also increased, because almost everyone is going to listen to my audio, right? And that's why it's so powerful. And you want to make it sound super natural and friendly, okay? Something along those lines. Hey Jack, super cool to see you running paid media, whatever the agency name might be. The case studies you got with the skincare brand is quite impressive. Your blah 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 unique mechanism is killing. Quick question: do you know anyone who needs a media buyer to take care of the client's ad? Thanks, man. All right. So this is what I call a soft pitch. We are not directly asking if he wants a media buyer or if he needs a media buyer. We just asking, hey Jack, do you know anyone that perhaps need a media buyer? And this pitch right here, historically for me, is the one that really has worked the best. Is the one that I got the most reply with, okay? Because it's very soft, it's very genuine, and it just sounds like good. Like it sounds like you're talking to a buddy, right? Like to a friend. And so the reply rate on this one, for me specifically, was very, very high. Now, second channel we're gonna cover is Upwork, okay? And same thing, you want to optimize your profile. You want to have a clean profile picture, a short bio explaining more in depth what you do. Use a filter option with these settings, okay? And this is essentially meant to be when you're looking for jobs. When you are on Upwork, you can look for jobs. Actually, I'm gonna show you. Let me load up my Upwork profile real quick so you guys can see. Okay, as you can see, I'm on Upwork right now, and I can use those filters right here. Media buyer, Facebook ads, meta ads, paid ads, okay? Entry level or intermediates, and $100 to $500 budget. And these are the countries that I will personally target because I know they all speak English. So in practice, you wanna go here, you wanna type, for example, the word media buyer when you find a job, and then you wanna filter down by possible leads based on their entry level and also on the budget. So right here you can do entry, like mid, and you also want to do 100 to 500 and upwards, okay? Something like this is fine. You can maybe do just like this if you are a beginner, whereas if you are being more expert, you can do all the way up to, maybe you can also get rid of this one if you're an expert, but essentially you want to like look for the higher budgets, okay? And you can see that every single day, this was posted 2 minutes ago from Italy, looking for a Meta Ads media buyer, Meta Ads media buyer, Facebook Ads specialist, Meta media buyer, part-time, Google specialist, this is not for us, okay? Performance marketing, media buyer for local service. Like every day, essentially, you have agencies that are looking for media buyers, okay? Simple as that. And if you don't find like a lot, what you can do is just get rid of those filters and probably you're gonna find more, okay? Facebook ads advertising, media ads, like you have at least 10 to 20 agencies or individuals that every single day are posted looking for media buyers, okay? And you want to send 5 to 10 requests every day. Now, a quick note here is that Upwork is not free. You have to pay. How much you have to pay, that kind of depends on you. How many like job posts you're gonna reply to and what's the quality of the post itself. But you're probably looking to spending about $25 to $30 per week on Upwork if you send at least 5 requests per day, okay? And when you apply to actually the job post, you want to make sure you personalize the first line for each brand or agency that you are about to apply to. You want to attach a Loom video going through either your case studies or some sort of chart explaining your Facebook ad strategy. You want to make it short and smooth, and you want to have a very good English, okay? This is key because when it comes to Upwork, unfortunately, you have a lot of Indians, you have a lot of Pakistani. Nothing against them, but their English is broken and they just make a lot of volume but very low quality. And so just by having a better English than them, you're ahead of 80% of the competition. And so even if sometimes you go down here, you see, for example, 20 to 50 people already have sent a proposal, you might be thinking, oh shit, I'm not gonna be able to find the clients because look how much competition is here. Well, 80% of this competition is made out of Indians, is made out of Pakistani, that they just don't speak English. They just don't speak English. And so, even if the number seems very high, the competition itself is actually very low. Because simply by speaking a good English, a proper English, you are filtering down essentially everyone, right? You're just competing with like 5 people in here. Not 50, but just 5. Okay, so keep this in mind, don't be scared about those numbers. Now, coming back to the doc right here. Then we have Instagram, and this is a channel that I've recently started using, and I'm having such a good results with this. I'm no joking, like the results that I'm getting through Instagram and also my students is insane. And we have both the organic and the pay structure. So I'm gonna walk you down both. Organic, obviously you want to optimize your profile. And example number 1, I'm gonna show you right now. If I go into Instagram and I look to one of my students, which is called Ashraf, you can see that his profile is extremely good. So let me just look for him, Ashraf, right here. This is his profile. As you can see, he has a clear bio, media buyer, creative strategist, e-commerce lead gen, spent over 4.5 million on meta ads, DM me to work together. And obviously, he is an expert. He's not a new media buyer. He has been doing this for 3 years. But when he first came to me, he was only making 1.5K USD per month for work as a media buyer. And now, 60 days later, he's making 6K per month. He literally sent me a screenshot yesterday of a lead that he closed for 1.5K per month, paying full, no question asked, okay? And again, we've just been working together for 2 months. So in the next 2 months, it's probably gonna go to 10K or more, okay? But you can see, clean bio, case studies right here, okay? More case studies right here, and then some gym just to, show off like average day-to-day life, whatever. But you can see his feed is just case studies. It's just proof. And he's posting at least once a day. And these are all reels, obviously, because reels just get more traction, they get more views. But the thing is that if someone lands on his profile, you can see a lot of clients' results right here. Okay, and it's quite a bit as of now. And by the way, this profile was started like 4 weeks ago, so it's still relatively new. But he has quite a lot of case studies, right, as you can see. And every single day he's posting like 2 or 3 stories showing essentially case studies. So he's constantly showing his expertise, okay? And then you also has reels that people can consume or just find organically, okay? So this profile is perfect. If you already have case studies, if you already are a media buyer, you want to do something like this, and this is going to be a game changer. I'm telling you, this is going to get you so much clients you really will not know where like to put them, okay? And then example number 2 is a new media buyer or someone that just started out. And for example, we can find my other friend Umberto right here, Umberto Ads. As you can see, even though he has some testimonials and some like proof of concept, he's still quite new. He drops more value-based content. Value-based content essentially means that he's just trying to provide value to people with knowledge, because he doesn't have the case study that Ashraf, my other student, has yet. So it's just going towards this angle. And if you're a new media buyer, you want to do the same. You want to focus more on this instead, obviously, on the case studies, because you just get on. Both cases are fine. Okay, you have to start somewhere. So if you're an expert media buyer, do it like Ashraf. If you're a new media buyer, do it like Umberto. Now, you want to post once a day for every day for 30 days. This is key because you want to build essentially your portfolio. You want to treat your Instagram profile like your landing page. And so you need to have content to get people to consume. And every content is one touch point. And ideally, you want to have at least 30 touch points for people. Because after they consume 30 touch points, the chance of them booking a call with you or texting you on Instagram, trying to get you as a media buyer, increase by 100%, or probably even like 300%, okay? The more touch point you have, the higher is the chance of them booking a call with you. And that's why you want to at least have 30 pieces of content, okay? So post every day for 30 days minimum. After that, you can slow down if you want, but for the first 30 days, you want to post every single day. Case studies, obviously, like I say, better. Value post if you're new. Now, what you want to do, you want to look for people who are in the SMMA space or ecom space. And you want to DM all those people that they follow your ICP. So what I mean by this, you can go, for example, here, you can look for people like Nick Theriot. Nick Theriot, obviously, if you guys don't know, he runs an SMMA, very successful. He does Facebook ads. And what you can do, you can go in through his following or also his follower and start to look about people that also are running, for example, their agency. So I can go to this guy right here. I can see, okay, mindset coach. Okay, this guy is definitely not in the agency space. But what I can do is just spending a little bit of time trying to go through his followers and see if there is anyone else that is running ads, or also, for example, his followers right here. Anyone else that is running ads, or I would say actually is running an agency. And so let's say, for example, I scroll down, and I find someone that runs an agency, maybe this guy right here. Maybe it doesn't, maybe it doesn't. Okay, let's just say it does. Well, I'm going to follow him. I'm going to like 3 or 4 of his posts, and then I'm going to send a voice note, which is essentially what I say here, okay? Follow, like 3 or 4 of their posts, plus 1 story if they have it, and send a voice note, okay? Don't send any text message. That's what you want to do, okay? And if you run out of people in his follower, you can use the Find More feature of Instagram to find similar people. And so the feature essentially is this one right here. You can see, if I go back to the Nick Theriot page, I can click this one, and then Facebook automatically, or Instagram in this case, automatically is going to find me people that are similar to Nick Theriot. And so the chance of these people also have like their SMA or have people inside their following or their followers that run SMA is very, very high. So I can click on Chris, for example, and same thing, I can go to his following, try to see if anyone has a marketing agency. Or I can also text Chris himself, because why not, right? I could text Chris and ask him, hey bro, like doing a media buyer. But ideally, you also start going through his following and just trying to vet essentially who has a marketing agencies and who you can text with and stuff like that. Super, super simple, okay? Like I said, you want to send a voice note because they tend to have a higher open rate and reply rate. And you want to send 20 DMs per day, every single day, Monday to Friday. And you want to use a similar message from what you send LinkedIn. So something like this, something very genuine, very nice and easy, okay? So this is the organic Instagram. Now we have the paid ads Instagram. And this is a game changer. This is insane, honestly, literally insane. So you want to have one CBO campaign, one ad set. These are the interests that you want to pick, okay? Simple as that. You want to have 3 ads, 2 images, 1 video, okay? What you want to have as images or video are case studies, okay? So this strategy doesn't really work if you are a beginner. You can try, but in my personal opinion, if you're a beginner, you have no case studies, this strategy doesn't really work. This strategy works extremely well the moment you already have case studies, just like Ashraf, okay? We actually are running his ads. We are running his ads to his Instagram profile, and we have 2 images and 1 video, okay? And they're both, like, all 3 of these are like case studies essentially. And the objective of the CBO campaign has to be traffic, and the optimization we want to optimize to Instagram profile visits. So instead of sending people to a landing page, when people click on the link of the ad, they get redirected to their Instagram profile, like of my students. So for example, in Ashraf's case, the person that click on the ad get redirected here, and then here you can see all the case studies, all the proof of concept. Because again, this essentially is his portfolio. That's his landing page. So that's how we're treating Instagram, like a landing page. And so when they click on that, they get redirected here, they see all these case studies, boom. You also have the call to action, DM to start working together. So many people texting him because he has such a good proof of concept, right? Simple as that. And the target, you want to set US, Canada, UK, New Zealand, Australia, English-speaking market, unless you want to target your own native language. For example, I'm Italian, let's say I want to target my Italian market, then obviously I need to have the ads in Italian, the landing page, so the Instagram profile needs to be completely in Italian, and then I can target the Italian market. But otherwise, just target the English-speaking market. And you want to start with as little as $15 per day. This is extremely little, but the ROAS is insane. So Ashraf, just to give you some numbers, he spent $400 in ads and he closed, I believe it was like 2.4K on monthly recurring revenue. Okay, monthly recurring revenue. So the front-end ROAS is 6. That's the front-end ROAS. The back-end ROAS, if you include the lifetime value, is probably going to be like 30. Okay, so the ROAS on this is insane, absolutely insane. Now, how can you close and deliver? This is essentially the last step. Okay, so closing and delivery. Well, obviously, once you find the clients, now it's time to deliver. Okay, very, very important. You need to know how to deliver, which is why you need to learn how to run Facebook ads properly before doing all this outreach, okay? Now, you want to aim to get 3 to 5 meetings every single week at the beginning, because you have no experience at the very start. You will have a harder time close the deals. And this is normal, guys. If you have no experience as a media buyer, it's going to be extremely hard for you at the beginning to close deals, just normal. However, there are a few things you can do that will like 2 to 3x your chance of closing right away. So, good tools, have a clean background and a good mic, okay, during the call. This is super easy. Obviously, you just go on Amazon, you buy like a $40 camera, okay, and a microphone. There is one that I suggest right here. It's called Fifth Nine. Okay, super simple stuff. Good camera, like I said, 180p 30 fps. So with $100, you should be able to buy your setup. So number 1, good tools, so good camera, good microphone, and nice background. Number 2, you want to sound confident and knowledgeable, okay? You study media buying in depth. You use a map to explain how you get results. So if you don't have any case studies, what you can do is use something like a Miro board, which is something that I give to my students to showcase their expertise. And so if I go here, I can show you that I have different Miro boards, like this one, for example, that my students can show in the call that they explain their whole process on Facebook ads, how they can get like extremely good ROAS or cost per results for the clients, okay? And even if you don't have the case studies, by showing these essentially to the prospect, your authority 3x, like drastically increases because you're actually showing something super valuable, okay? And then you want to leverage any connection you might have. For example, if you are in my program, you can say that you have me to help you out. So you can say, yeah, I have Gilberto, like my mentor that has spent over $5 million on Facebook ads and I'm working closely. So every client that you guys send my way, he also go to his way. And so we have like a brainstorming of idea, okay? You want to leverage connection that you might have to increase your chance. Or you can be willing to work for free or for a discount or to be, and also be on top of the game. But what I mean here, which is very important, you can offer your service for free for the first 2 weeks, a month, just to prove them that you know what you're talking about. Because again, this is not a sprint, this is a marathon. And at the beginning, you have zero experience, you have zero authority. Even though you can increase your authority showing this or showing the connection that you have and sounding like very professional, having good camera and stuff like that. I mean, like in practice, you still have zero experience, right? And so willing to work for free or for a discount or just for performance. So you just pay me if I double your ROAS. You just pay me if I decrease your cost per acquisition by 50%. This is a great way to increase your chances of getting higher, even though you have zero experience. And this is what my students been using for quite like quite a good amount, not all of them, but a good amount of them have been using this strategy where they were struggling finding clients, and it's worked super, super well for them. Because again, it's a no-brainer for the agency owner. Like, well, I can use this media buyer for free for a month and I only keep it if it does a good job and I have zero essentially risk. Fuck it, why not, right? So this is extremely good. And there is nothing wrong with working for free for a month. Because again, you work for free for a month, you get the case studies, now they're gonna pay you, and because you have the case studies, you can go out there finding more agencies to work with, and these agencies now are gonna pay you in full right away because now you have something that you can show in the call, which is the case studies that you go with the previous agency for free. Okay? Simple. Now, once you close a single agency, your job with outreach is over, okay? You don't need to do any more sales calls, sending DMs, or worry about where the next client is coming from. Because the agency will do that everything for you, taking sales call and sending you mass volume of outreach to clients and therefore send you clients your way, okay? And on average, every account that you manage pays you between $400 and $800 per month while taking between 30 minutes to 1 hour per day. So you can go all the way up to probably 10 to 12 clients and working about 7 hours per day, 6 hours per day, depending how much like the client is spending and stuff like that. But if each client is pay you $400 to $800, let's say for example something between like $500, and you get at least 5 clients from the agency you close, now you're making $2,500 a month working 3 hours per day. Okay, sounds pretty fucking cool. Now, if you want to make more, there are 2 ways to go around it. You manage more account, like I said. So 10 accounts, 500 is $5,000 working 6 hours a day from anywhere. Or you get paid more for each account that you manage. And the way you do it is by having bigger clients. We usually pay more with a flat fee or performance fee, for example, ROAS. And last month I got $3,800 in commission while I only have 1 account, which is a media buyer account from an agency, because everything was a pay-per-performance. This client was spending $150,000 per month, okay? So a lot of money. But that's how you get paid more. You either manage more account or you switch to pay-per-performance. This is the only 2 ways, okay? And essentially, this is why media buying is superior than any other business model out there, because it's so simple to enter and it's so quick, because you just find one agency, that agency give you 5 to 10 clients, all of a sudden you went from 0, you wake up the next day, you're at $5,000 per month. Just like that. From what I know, this is the only business model that really allows you to scale this fast. I don't think there is anything else in the world that allows you to scale this fast. Maybe you're not gonna scale to 20K per month, that's true. But if your goal is just to go from 0 to 5K per month, this is the best system by far. There is nothing better than this, like hands down, okay? And so, again, if you want to have like the same blueprint, you can DM me, you can book a call, and I'm gonna hard sell you. If you feel like you want to, do it. If you don't, that's on you, whatever, you can try to go for free. But I'm gonna leave the link of this chart, this like doc actually I should say, down below so you guys can just take a look. You can make a copy if you want, and you can start executing everything that I say here. And so ideally, in the next 30 days, you already have 1 client, and then you use that client money to reinvest in a program, whether that's mine or someone else's program, so you can increase the rate, the speed at which you actually get clients, and then you're gonna scale literally from like 0 to 5K per month, just like Jonathan did, or like 50K per month, 10K per month, whatever, right? But this is it. This is the system. I'm gonna leave you the doc down below so you guys can get it, make a copy, and make sure to execute everything that we just went through today.